everybody! How are you? I hope fine. Boys and girls, we have finally reached 200 subscribers and I am really happy with this milestone. Thank you all for watching and supporting my videos and I hope you enjoy them in the long run. As a gift, I want to bring you a particular video. It will be a kind of Kpop stan list, but a more personal version. Here I will tell you how I discovered the groups or soloists I follow and why I am still following them. Without going too far, let's get started.
I'ma shake it, shake it, shake it like you on my birthday. Ay.
Let's start with the most recent one. I met Somi through her debut, with the song Birthday. I did not know, however, that before becoming a soloist, she was part of a group that no longer exists. At the time of I had not entered the Kpop fandom yet, so I apologize late for my ignorance. Anyway, when her solo song came out I listened to it right away, as I always try to keep up to date with the comebacks that are released, even if they are from bands or soloists that I don't like, just to keep me informed. I loved Birthday madly, this bubbly concept, so festive, so happy. I immediately put my eye on her, eager to follow someone. Already from this debut of her, I thought that I wanted to stan her, but I felt that something was missing to reach that 100%, other songs. Even though it was just a debut, I was expecting to see a mini album or something. I was very disappointed to find that she was only having Birthday. I mean, it wasn't her fault, I didn't even know that the agency she went to was a sub-agency of and therefore, expecting an album or mini album was asking too much. For a year and more, I have been waiting for her to do another comeback, and I remember perfectly the frustration I felt to not seeing her for more than a year. Then, when her second song, What You Waiting For, was released, I was disappointed, for the simple fact that I wanted her to do something similar to her debut, both in concept and sound. But over time and seeing her perform it, I learned to love What You Waiting For. It is truly enjoyable. With this comeback, Somi brought another song, whose name I can't remember, but I didn't like it at all, so again, I made the decision to wait. A little more time passes, until we reach today's times. And oh lord, not even Dum Dum was able to penetrate my heart. And here you will ask me, but then how did you manage to stan her? ZEXO was released. I listened to the album and since I loved more than half of her songs, now I find myself following her. I am happy to have succeeded in this task, because I have always liked Somi, from the first moment I saw her, both as a person and for her music. Off camera she seems like a really funny, outgoing and honest person. In short, she doesn't mind saying what she thinks, she knows she is free to talk and she does it. A friend of mine made me discover this group. She also listens to Kpop. I remember we were discussing about the Twilight Saga, you know, this one here if anyone doesn't remember. And at a certain point, she says, but do you know that there is also a Kpop song called Twilight? And so being the curious girl that I am, after returning home, having dinner and going to bed early, since the day after I would have had school, to pass the time I decided to listen to this song. And guess what? I didn't like it. The disappointment I felt after hearing it was immense and I let oneus go for a while. In the following days, however, I realized that the chorus kept repeating itself in my head. And to get a song out of your head, they say you have to listen to it again. Well, after the second listen, I love Twilight. I love the music video. I love the vocals. I love the rap. I love the outfits. oneus had managed to win me over. So a few days later I decided to listen to all their title tracks, or at least the ones that had been released so far and I liked them all. A couple of months later I listened to all of their albums and, well, I stan them now. oneus have one of the best discographies I've ever heard, their B-sides are great too, like Crazy Crazy and Red Thread. I will have to thank my friend for introducing them to me, they are a fantastic and talented group.
Undercover, hey, 네 맘에, yes, 난 흠칫, okay, don't say no, oh my mind.
I don't have much to say about how I stan Ace, the story is quite simple and short. One day I was at home working out and I saw a recommended music video on YouTube Home. It was the music video of Undercover. The cover intrigued me and so I listened to the song. With Ace it was love at first listen. Their rock/electronic style immediately struck me. It's not common in Kpop groups to do heavy rock style and I love rock. In a short time I devoured their discography. At that time they only had too many albums, so it wasn't difficult. I advise you to try and give these guys a chance. They are a talented band and if you like rock, you will like them. They deserve a lot and I hope this video introduces you to them as well as possible. I was still getting started with the world of Kpop. As soon as I heard the news of a new rookie group I was very excited and I was looking forward to hearing new voices, seeing new members and listening to new music. As soon as their debut was released, I only listened to the initial rap part. My reaction was more or less this. I don't know what got into me, the rap had bothered me a lot and Region's voice had broken my eardrums and I threw the song in the bin, forgetting itzy completely and promising not to listen to them again. Fate, however, had other plans for me. I was messing around on Instagram and at one point, an animated video appeared with a cute dragon dancing Dalla Dalla chorus, but I didn't know it was from Dalla Dalla, because I had closed the song long before the chorus started. I kept watching this video and finally decided to ask who the song belonged to, because my stupid ass head didn't even remember the title and when they told me it was itzy's debut song, I was shocked. Then I said to myself, yes, why not listen to them again? Needless to say, I loved it from start to finish. Every part of the song is iconic and I spent days learning the choreography because I fell in love with it. I also listened to their debut mini album, although I don't know if an album with 2 songs can be defined as a mini album, but oh well. Even only with 2 songs, which are essentially little to understand, if you like the group, I decided to stan itzy, because I knew that I would like their music, even if I had only listened to 2 songs from their discography. When itzy came out, I got a clearer idea of their style of music and even if itzy didn't convince me at first listen, let's say that the path to like itzy was the same as Dalla Dalla. After listening also their album, I affirmed my stan watermark on them. The first time I heard of TXT, it was when Jin, during a show, said that soon another group would debut under their agency. So, I waited patiently and after, I think, a month, Bigot created the official TXT profile on Instagram and posted the first introductory videos of each member. Those didn't count much to me, those presentation videos obviously weren't enough for me to follow them, so I waited for their real debut, which was released a month later too. I have a strange relationship with cute concepts. If girl groups do it, always with that silky musical background, a very soft beat, vocals that are too high and annoying, then it is 100% likely that I will not like it, because it is common and annoying, unless, if you do something as if it's your last by Blackpink, that is still a cute concept but with more character. While I have always liked cute concepts made by boy groups, they don't overdo with the colors, they don't overdo with the overly modified voices and the backing track they use. It's much more catchy and enjoyable. With Crown, I had no problems, the song immediately got into my blood and I listened to it on a loop for weeks. I didn't miss even one of their live shows, their stage presence is enchanting, and despite their magnificent and difficult choreography, they managed to stay stable with the vocals. I immediately realized that there was talent in them to sell and over the years, these guys have shown it. For me, TXT remains one of the few groups with a debut that will not be forgot. Crown remains one of the top debut songs, along with Dalla Dalla by itzy and Bon Bon Chocolate by Everglow. I can say that I discovered them practically by accident. I was in my room doing my homework for school and I was listening to BTS on the phone to keep me company and give me the push to finish my homework. I didn't realize though, that autoplay was on and I thought I had to put some more music videos myself. But I didn't notice, because I was too immersed in my homework and so I left the phone alone. I took a blow to the heart, when I heard a song start by itself. I looked at the screen and I realized that the group appeared. It was not BTS. I did not take off the music video that was going, because I liked the beginning of the song so much. I let it go on and when the chorus started, I gave up my homework and danced around the room like crazy. The song was Elevator, which is still one of my favorite Stray Kids songs to this day. Anyway, going back to the story, I continued to listen to their title tracks all afternoon, with the result that I immediately decided to follow them, because they had a very cool style and music that very much reflects my tastes. A few months later I also listened to their albums, with the result that I also loved their B-sides and it only affirmed my love for them even more.
Hey boy, make 'em whistle like a missile, bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up,
Finally we come to one of the groups I am most attached to. The story of how I met Blackpink is quite funny, because I didn't get to know them through their music video or someone talking about them, but, hold on tight, through video reactions. Yes, that's right, those video reactions we know, well. I was scrolling through YouTube Home, and at one point, I saw a frame from D4 music video and a couple of girls with shocking faces. At that time I still didn't know what these videos were, so I clicked. Aside from having fun as the people in the video were blown away by the song and the beauty of Blackpink, I don't know, D4 had my heart right away. As soon as I finished watching the video reaction, I immediately went to look for the original Blackpink one and listening to the song without interruptions, I liked it even more. Just from a video, I immediately found my bias, the one and only Jisoo, and in a short time I ate their discography. It wasn't difficult. When I followed Blackpink, they still only had a mini album and all their single releases. Listening to all of them wasn't difficult. In less than an hour I was done. I love the songs of these girls and I really wish they would do something more, but because of their lazy agency, unfortunately we are always short of content and I don't blame Blackpink. Anyway, I can't wait to hear their next comeback, if ever you can decide the release date, because they always postpone it. Let's hope they will come back as fast as possible. I miss them so much. You know when you break up with your partner and feel like you can't move on with your life any longer? The beginning of the story of how I met BTS starts more or less like this. Before entering the world of Kpop, I mainly followed Big Time Rush and One Direction. Other American artists didn't appeal to me or just, I didn't like their music. I already took a slap in the face when I learned that, as soon as I decided to follow Big Time Rush, they already no longer existed as a group and I was very upset for days. But then I thought, but there are still One Direction. Oh, how wrong I was. Unfortunately, even when I decided to follow One Direction, they announced their disbandment with the song History. But, if any of you have been Directioners like me, you will know that these guys had expressly promised that they would be back in a few months. I was happy, I waited for them, keeping myself busy looking at their old contents and wishing I had come first to discover them, but then came the news that they had extended the break until the summer. Then summer became 2016 or 2017, now I don't remember very well. And from 2016/2017, One Direction never came back together. I was sad, so much, because I realized that the boys continued to reassure their fans with some sort of lies, so as not to make us lose hope in them, and from here on, I slowly moved away from them, however with always a place in my heart for them, because they raised me and made me a better person. I couldn't stay angry. They had their reasons for not getting back together and I still respect them today. For a couple of years, I was left without a music-related fandom and threw myself into the world of anime, finding one I fell in love with, Inazuma 11. I stayed for about 2 or 3 years in this fandom, finding many beautiful people with whom I still talk to, but anime began to bother me and so, I also left this fandom. One day on Wattpad I saw something that caught my eyes. In the cover of the book there was this photo of Tung, with different lights and colors, with the title "The Devil Wears Gucci," in Italian. I let it go. I wasn't interested in that kind of story. As the months passed, I saw that Wattpad was filled by these Oriental guys and I began to wonder who they were. I searched for something about them and my heartbroken emo mind refused to acknowledge that these guys were catching on in the world. So, I began to compare them with One Direction, saying how the latter were better and how the acronym, BTS, had been copied from the name of Big Time Rush, which abbreviated it was, BTR. Yes, I was delusional, I know that, hi. I tried in every way, to make the groups that I followed prevail over them, also watching a couple of their videos to convince myself that BTS were not so good. You know that saying in the army fandom that says, once you Jimin, you can't jam out? Well, this happened to me. Always looking for something about these guys to demean them, I finally stopped being a depressed emo and decided to do one thing. Every day I would listen to their title track. I don't have to tell you what happened next, I think you already know. To these guys, I'm more than grateful. They helped me become better, more than what One Direction had been able to do. Thanks Namjoon, especially, I would like to say thanks for teaching me to respect the opinions of others and to speak in the best possible way. I wanna say to you Uni, thanks for teaching me that not everyone has to be bubbles of joy. To Hoseok I say thank you for teaching me to be a more positive, and open person with others. To Seokjin I say thank you for pulling that funny part in me that I didn't want to show for fear of being judged. To Jimin I say thank you, for helping me with my body and my insecurities. To Tung I say thank you, for making me a more polite person and making me understand that I have to be myself, with whoever I am in front of. To Jungkook I say thank you, for helping me to express my feelings. To these guys I say thank you, for making my life better. Well, after this heartbreaking speech, I announce that the video ends here. Leave a like and follow me if you liked the video and don't forget to comment on the groups or soloists you follow, if you want, also by telling your personal story. Thank you again for the 200 subscribers and I hope that in the future, we get even bigger. I am Neverland and we will meet again at the next video. Thank you all and bye bye.